Hello. Welcome to the first Coffee with Val of 2023. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes to see who can come in while I just embrace this moment next to you, to anyone that will show up, to anyone. Thank you, Fede Carrera, Mariela, for being here. I am currently in a beautiful place here in Mexico. Outside of Mexico, it's about 2-hour plane drive. It's called Bacalar, and it's something I had booked into about 5 months ago, just to find a place of stillness and quiet, just to regroup and start the new year with new aspirations, and actually just making a self-analysis of what all has happened this past 2023, actually 2022, and just sit on this whole idea of resolutions, which I'm very passionate about. I know that some will come in later, or some might hear this in a pre-recording version. But I didn't want to wait another Monday to come in and just be present. Be present for me, be present for you. And for my own sake, to be honest, the topic is New Year's resolutions. Do they work? Should we stick to them? What are the pros, the cons? Are they of benefit to us? Or do they actually maybe drag us a little bit down, only for the fact of how we feel when we do this end of the year analysis and recognize that sometimes we haven't even, completed even 2% of these resolutions, right? So I'm wondering how many of you actually tapped into making the list and writing all these resolutions for New Year's. And if they haven't worked for you in the past, what are you doing differently to contribute into making them into existence? So first, I want to deconstruct the illusion that the fact that you write them down and you bring the energy into spirit to manifest them is not only the stepping stones that you must do to make these happen. There must be actually plans of action to be able to accomplish them. Vera is so happy to be here. My friend Vaughn from Canada. Thank you. Actually, Vera and Vaughn are both in Canada. Thank you for being here. So guys, we're deconstructing the idea of resolutions and New Year's resolutions. And I would be very intrigued what your thoughts are, those that are here, especially that I've worked with Vera, and I feel like I know Vaughn, even though we really haven't met in person. What are your thoughts? And write them in the comments about these New Year's resolutions. How can we bring them into existence? How can we actually make them happen or not? Or accept when they're not happening, that we understand that perhaps it's just the universe letting us know that that's not the path, but yet we're stuck. We're stuck that, I don't know, for example, something that you want or that you don't want. For example, before the pandemic, I always thought that I would never be speaking in front of universities or companies. I mean, that was a no-no for me. And just being present and understanding where my path had taken me and what the universe was trying to tell me, and thank goodness I was there to listen to it, I now absolutely love doing this. So be very careful with the things that you think are so written in stone of things that you will do or you will not do, because we would stifle the energy and the creation of the universe to help us be guided in that path of consciousness for our highest good. And yet, because we have this limited belief, or this belief that we will accomplish it or we will never because we don't like it, we close to those opportunities. And I really want to speak about shifting a little bit the paradigm of New Year's resolutions and understanding from where are you asking these resolutions to happen. If it's out of need and of lack, out of you feeling worthy, or powerful, or that you are able to just be with that vision of accomplishment. If this whatever thing happens, then that's not in the right energy and tone. So be very, there's a difference between the goals that you put and from where you are asking them to happen or manifesting them into existence. So this is actually a conversation I was having with my cousin in Mexico, Arturo. And it was just a fine line between your goals as something in contribution of you and making them happening them in a positive way, and also just understanding that that goal does not make you more whole if you accomplish it. Okay, so I want to share with you some wisdoms that I have learned these last couple of days. I was really in tune to share with you some of the knowledge about breaking the illusion of New Year's resolution, and then all of a sudden, ask and you shall be heard. I read upon different points of views about it, and one of them was from the Elephant Journal. They're amazing. If you don't follow them, they're on Instagram for the most part, and they're these little comic strips, and one of them said, resolutions? Me? Just what are you implying? That I need to change? Well, buddy, as far as I'm concerned, I'm perfect the way I am. And I absolutely love that. I love that you just accept, where you are. Yes, have the goals, but again, not thinking that the goal will make you successful or not, or whole or not, right? There is another part of, Lisa, thank you for being here. So that was the comic strip. And then this is the other one that I thought was so powerful, also from a post of the Elephant Journal. It says, too many New Year's resolutions are about trying to make us better than we are already. While that sounds rational, it's sort of an act of self-aggression. Nothing is wrong with getting better, but it shouldn't be coming out of disliking who we are. It should be out of kindness towards who you are and empathy towards others. And that's shared by the Elephant Journal, but written by Waylon Lewis. So it's really a fine line between how you are seeking desperately out of lack and out of fear that you will have the abundance to grow, to be living the life that you want, or being successful enough to accomplish whatever you are thinking. So I love these two posts that I read there. And also, I think, it was Sadhguru that he was talking about. Why do we have to wait for this new year, right? Like new you, new opportunities, new goals. What would it take for us to look at every day like if it's a new year? But instead of a new year, it's just a new day. So imagine the synergy and the energy worldwide that we tap into just because, the interesting point of view that it's a new year. Now, yes, I am in a beautiful place, and it helps nature to bring so much peace, and the singing of the birds and the stillness of the water and whatnot. But what is it in your life that you can see as a bliss, as a blessing, wherever you are, even in chaotic Mexico City, right? Something that you could focus on to be there in existence in your favor, to create a reality in that present moment. Why do we have to wait until, to become blissful, happy, and whole and complete and abundant enough only when our business reaches X amount, only when we reach X amount of coaching clients, only when we have done so many healings, right? So it's going back to the now and allowing the universe also to manifest in different ways, to lead you in different paths and different directions of what is best for you, and in doing so also creating that abundance and opportunities for the people around you, right? Oh, Diana Kamanda, thank you, my love, for being here. My sister in Africa that I've had the pleasure to visit. My love, thank you for being here. Talking about deconstructing the illusion of New Year's resolutions, right? And while we are in a place of, yes, manifesting into existence things that can happen, just like my second trip to coming to see you, my love, has shifted in these 3 seconds. I yet say these 3 seconds, something can also happen that is out of the ordinary, not planned, that it can happen again. So be careful the energy that you put into manifesting what you want, and how much space are you leaving every single day to just being present, and to begin again and begin again and begin again as many times as needed to be able to embrace the growth that we each need to experience in order to live our highest calling. And that, listen to that, our highest calling. A lot of people say to live your highest truth, to live the best version of you. And perhaps I probably have said it plenty of times too, but now I'm in tune to invite you to look at it, to live your highest calling. Because at the end, my loves, we are here to live our truth, to be able to share our talents, our gifts that are not the same every day. I will not be the same after I hang up with you. An experience that might happen in 2 seconds, in 3 seconds, will shift who I am today. Will give me a better vision, will give me some life lessons, will allow me to connect with somebody that is hurting, or somebody that is just being present there for me, even if it's just a stranger. So leaving those spaces to begin over and over again. And in fact, it's a podcast that my cousin shared with me, that I don't know the work of this person, but I loved his audio. It's from Sam Harris, and it's entitled Just Begin Again. And I want to share verbatim a little bit of what I heard, and I thought it was so powerful. And how we can embrace the opportunity of beginning again and again and again and again every single day, every single time when we have a conversation that perhaps we recognize that it wasn't for our highest good or the good of the other person. We can just recenter ourselves and begin again, not waiting 365 days to be able to bring it all together and create these New Year's resolutions that at the end, when you evaluate them, I'll speak for myself. For years, I would go back to that list and be like, oh my God, what an unworthy year. How unsuccessful it was, because I only accomplished 1 or 2 out of the list of 12. And at least in Latin America, we do 12 wishes with 12 grapes and all of this false expectation. Do it for fun, but don't get attached to it. Because if you get attached to it, then you're going to lose the opportunity to be expanding enough to be able to bring new blessings and new miracles into your life. Thank you, Melissa, for being here. So it says, in the beginning again from Sam Harris, New Year, we never actually arrive in life. We must always begin. Listen to that. We never actually arrive in life. We must always begin. Good or bad things don't last. What we have done or not done is just a memory. What you're telling yourself of the future, it's half truth. This present moment is an opportunity, your only opportunity. And this will always be the case. Begin again and again is the essence of the path of practice. Feel free to live the next moments as if it were new, because it is. However you failed or succeeded, if you haven't accomplished what you thought you would accomplish, if you haven't been the best friend, the best wife, the best sister, the best whatever, just begin again. And I love this concept of just beginning again and again, because sometimes we just don't succeed, or we feel that we didn't succeed X task or X dream or X resolution, and that's the end. But if we didn't succeed, it is being conscious enough to just sit in stillness and ask the right questions to understand the lesson around it and begin again. So I would love to know, thank you kind of for being here, Erika, Melissa, and all of the above that I mentioned before, where you are visiting from now in this life, and what your thoughts. Maybe you have a question of these new resolutions, how you can still keep the goals but not being attached to fully the outcome, and being open for the energy to show up in a way that actually matches your own energy, and then bring really what you need to live into presence. Vera, I gifted a book. Oh, I gifted a book by Sam Harris to my son for Christmas. I am reading it. Look at that. What a coincidence. I have never heard of him. And it's just my cousin who said, I heard this. It was a 3-minute teaser of his podcast, I guess. And I heard it and I was like, how powerful it is. So there we go. See, we learned something new that we didn't have perhaps in knowledge that we would. Thank you for sharing that. I'm definitely going to look more into it. So what are the things that are already in front of you that we are not seeing, that we're ready to see, so that we can tap into our true existence, to be able to live a life where we are enjoying every second and knowing that it's leaving a trace behind for others. I truly believe, my loves, that the highest, most beautiful energy that you can live is really knowing that you are living a life where even your most fearful moments and moments where you're not seeing clearly are being a light to others. Perhaps people that are not having the courage to come live or not knowing the truth. By you being vulnerable enough to just show up, to share a smile, to just be raw and vulnerable, the other person will be lifted up. So for me, of course, in this New Year's resolution, if we want to call it, but it's really just a way of living, is always asking Source to use me as a vessel of love for others, and that I may embrace every life lesson, every hardship, every truth, every awakening, every opportunity that it comes my way, that I can learn from it, expand, and then be love for others. So that's a little bit of what is coming down for me. I hope you have your coffee. Yeah, I'm so happy, guys, because I can actually hold a little bit of a cup by myself. Haven't shared, but I had a motorcycle accident that I'm working on healing. You see, circumstances happen that are not obviously in your plans of life, but it's how you take those life lessons and understand what your body is yelling, what your spirit is trying to gift you with, that information, with this data, with this cellular memory of what we still need to work on, what we need to focus on, and we're not seeing it. So something happens along the way that makes you sit down, makes you reconstruct and deconstruct the paradigm of life and point of views. So for me, Jenny, feliz año, thank you for being here, is deconstructing this whole ideology of New Year's resolutions. And if you just came in, if you just, if this was of service to you, I'm seeing these beautiful little parrots on my right side. Just please share, because it's beautiful to just have a different point of view of how we can see and live these New Year's resolutions from just a place of being in the now and not being attached of the outcome. If you are attached to the outcome, then the resolution, when it doesn't happen, it will not be for your highest good. So for sure, please make every conscious effort to just be present. As our new friend Sam Harris says, just understand the power of beginning again and again and again. And do not wait for that New Year's to be able to say it's a new opportunity. The new opportunities is now, and we have the power to begin over and over again. So without further ado, whatever your resolutions are, just let go of any fixed outcome and let the universe flow into your spirit to guide you in consciousness and oneness, to be able to go in your own path and be surprised by how you get there. Yes, have the goals. You have something to look forward to. You put your intention and power and action into making them happen. But remember, never as a way to become whole or to define yourself as successful or whatnot. Just be present, allow each moment to flow, allow each moment to teach you. Recognize that we have the capability to be restored, renewed, and begin again every 3 seconds. Namaste, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy day. And I invite you just to wake up every day and with the same power and energy and the force in your voice that you had to say Happy New Year to all your loved ones near and far at midnight yesterday. Just wake up and say Happy New Day. So Happy New Day to all of you. Thank you for being here. Namaste, and may this year be just the year that you will be surprised by the magic of what you are capable to bring into your life by just being in the right energy and tapping into your beautiful, beautiful heart. I believe in all of you, and I wish you all the love and abundance in the world in whatever that version and form looks like for you. Thank you.